You're listening to KYST 89.3, The Bone. And now time for South Tucson Youth Football, simulcast on AM 1400, The Growler, and on South Tucson Local Access Channel 22.
Oh, man.
Good afternoon if you're on the East Coast, a late good morning to you if you are on the West Coast, as we kind of are Pacific time zone. It is Sunday. It is time for some youth football to conclude week 2 of South Tucson Youth Football. My name is Brian. I'm here in the KYST studios, and we've got a great doubleheader for you this afternoon, this morning, not this evening, morning or afternoon. If you're watching from over the seas, it is the evening. So there you go. We've got on our screen our first game, Moist Adventures Indoor Water Park, taking on House of Guffaws Comedy Palace. Both teams 1-0, winning their Week 1 games. Moist Adventures getting the win on the road against Fat and Lazy Motorized Scooters by a score of 28-27. It was a thin margin, but they pulled it out. House of Guffaws with a bit of a surprising win over Dagum Singh's Exotic Kohlers, 31-28. That was their Week 1 game. Both of them played their first games away from home. Big away wins for both of them. House of Guffaws get their home opener, and Moist Adventures spend the first 2 games of the season on the road until Week 3, where they have their home opener. Their home opener will be up against second-to-none Curry Shop. Looking forward to that one. They'd love to go 2-0 on the road before conference play even starts. Our second game will be Nothing But Borscht Food Truck hosting the Creamy Surprise, our defending champions from last season. The Creamy Surprise, also 1-0 as our Nothing But Borscht. So we got a couple of 1-0 teams. 2 of them will leave 2-0. 2 of them will be 1-1, and that is as we go into this portion of the season. We are well into non-conference play, and we're heading over into Week 4, where conference play will begin. Let's go ahead and go to Star Watch, brought to you by Star Watch. Watch as Randy and Jason Starr, the Starr brothers, watch old episodes of Star Search and make clever and topical quips about them. So that is going to be Star Watch. It's what the stars watch. Star Watch with Randy and Jason Starr. It's what the stars watch. And Star Watch is going to start with House of Guffaws Comedy Palace. Let's go left to right on there. That is their star running back, Hercules Paul Roma. In the middle, that is strong safety, Navarian Tyson. And on the right is their defensive tackle, Sponge McDonald. On the other side of the football is Moist Adventures Indoor Water Park. And if you're talking about their star player, you're talking about Spencer Gifts, their star quarterback. Tight end, Whole Lot of Love, is going to be maybe looking to catch a couple of those important passes on short down plays. And, of course, on defense, it's Lazarus. So there you go. If you've got a pick on who's going to win, let us know in the chat. We've got some folks here pretty quiet right now on a Sunday afternoon. But let us know. We've got a lot of action down at the Muni. There have been some great signs saying the moisture has dried up. Just a big sign that says "Make them barren." I don't know. I guess it's an anti-Moist Adventures Indoor Water Park sign, and one that just says "LOL." And I guess that's kind of a chant that they have for House of Guffaws. They just like to chant "LOL." So not so much with the I kind of figured for House of Guffaws Comedy Palace to be a little bit more clever with their signs, but what can you say? It's House of Guffaws. Let's go down to the Muni. That's what we can say. And you are looking live at Municipal Field number 40 in downtown South Tucson, Arizona for the first half of our doubleheader here today on KYST and Local Access Channel 22. Oh man, it is House of Guffaws Comedy Palace, the host. Kicking off left to right on your radio dial. They are in all green with a little bit of yellow accents. They are the home team kicking off. To Moist Adventures, Indoor Water Park, orange helmets, white away jerseys, and light blue pants. And there we see Spencer Gifts, the old Husky quarterback of Spencer Gifts. And he's going to start things off at the 31. Takes a big drop back. And is able to get Marty Mason for 9 yards to start things off. 2nd and 1. Moist Adventures. Handing that one off. That's going to be Marty Mason. Rushing for 12 yards. 2 big plays. Getting the first down is Marty Mason. They are using the playbook of Marshall, the University of Marshall, or Marshall University. Spencer Gifts faking with a pump fake there and chucks it out of bounds. Kind of play blew up on him. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. They're definitely a nice, fast offense. They'll have to get a lot of plays off, a lot of snaps. You can see just throwing the ball quickly and evades the defender, does Thad Win. Thad Win, 13 yards and a first down for Moist Adventures, who are coming out the gate very fast and just looking to confuse House of Guffaws into making some mistakes. That's going to be a completed pass. Wide open to Thad Win, this time on the right side, but he is looking pretty hurt, holding his knee. We'll see if that kid can toughen it up and get back out there. We'll be back on that in a second. Nonetheless, Moist Adventures try not to let too much time pass. They're handing it off this time. And Marty Mason just runs into a wall. That wall being not very enticing. And he's got a foot right in his groin. Just right in his groin, and there goes enticing. Oh, I love this game. Neither of these teams really set the world on fire last season. Moist Adventures, Gifts with a lot of time to throw. And it's caught! Caught by Daryl Hollis. 18 yards and a first down inside the red zone. Spencer Gifts really using that passing game well, spreading out the wealth to a bunch of different receivers. And House of Guffaws do not know where to look at this time. Moist Adventures finished the season 5-5, their very first season. 3-4 in conference, but 5-5. So they'd like to look a little bit better than last season. And caught out of bounds, just overthrown. Great catch, but out of bounds when the reception was made at 2nd and 10. House of Guffaws, on the other hand, finished the season 4-6. So both teams looking to do a lot of improving, And Moist Adventures strike first. 6-0 touchdown for Daryl Hollis, a 16-yard catch. And similar to how the entire game has gone so far for this first 2 minutes and 6 seconds, Moist Adventures moving fast, getting a lot of plays off, 10 plays in that drive. Unreal speed.
Deep to return.
And Hercules Paul Roma on return duty. He's getting 17 yards there. Kirby Lake, quarterback, hanging on to that one, rushing for 15 yards and a first down to get things started for House of Guffaws. Move up to the 49-yard line. About midfield now. House of Guffaws do have a mobile quarterback. They like to make use of it, but there he tries it and loses 4 on that process. They've got the dreaded Air Force triple option. They've got the option, they got the Air Force playbook, so they like to run the option. I don't know if it's a triple option. That's Navy, excuse me. Greg Easley with the tackle, 3rd and 14. And Moist Adventures are showing that their defense can stand up to this House of Guffaws unorthodox offense. An incomplete pass brings up 4th down. And the 15-yard rush was really the only positive play for House of Guffaws there. The punt unit's out. Punt is starting at the 30. It's going to dribble maybe to the 35 where it is downed by Waters. So Moist Adventures get to start things off yet again on their own 36-yard line. And play action. Caught by J.D. Holden. He'll get 3 on that play. Read that pretty well. Had the blitz on the line, and they caught the screen pass. Weren't fooled. We're House of Guffaws on that one. It's going to be Marty Mason up the middle for 8 yards for a 1st down. Ball spotted on the 47. Again, using that play action pass. Whole lot of love only gets 2 yards. That's the first catch made by the tight end. Whole lot of love. And is met by, I believe that was not very enticing on the tackle. There's Spencer Gifts, a lot of time to throw. Opts to go short, incomplete, 3rd and 8. Amazing he didn't have a receiver open downfield. And 4th and 12 brings the punt unit out.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
So House of Guffaws will start things off from the 40-yard line, and they'll get a second chance to put some points on the board. Moist Adventures, the only score of the game so far on the opening drive. And Kirby Lake tripped up. He tripped over the feet of a defender that was on the ground already. So 2nd and 10, nothing doing there. Gotta stay on your feet, kid. He's gonna hand it off to the running back, who's gonna get enough over the 50. Hercules Paul Roma gets 13 yards and a 1st down. And maybe Kirby Lake is gonna realize that he's got a strong weapon in Hercules Paul Roma. He can't just rely on the glory. He's got to rely on the power as well, as he gets another 12 yards and is hurled to the ground. Just hurled to the ground in defiance by that 11-year-old. These kids just, they're taught how to tackle, but the inherent meanness of a child is something that is just, it lives inside of a child. Just the desire to see another human and say, I want to make that child cry. It is just is a special talent, and it's a special tactic. And that's going to bring it into the first quarter. Moist Adventures 7. House of Guffaws Comedy Palace 0, but they are still on the drive going on right now. They are still moving downfield. They're down to the 38 as they switch sides of the field, and here's House of Guffaws. Kirby Lake under center. He's got 2 back behind him, including Hercules Paul Roma. Throws it over the middle to Seth Fritz, 7 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
And unfortunately, we didn't get to see it here on the broadcast, but really enjoyed the entertainment they had, the sponsorship contest that House of Guffaws had. Between the first and second quarters, they had a wonderful little contest between members of the audience. They brought in 2 comedians. They brought in 1 comedian and 2 members of the audience and handed them cream pies and tomatoes and heads of rotting cabbage and lettuce, and had the comedian tell jokes while they hurled those items at those. And I believe tomatoes were worth 2 points if they hit the comedian. The cabbage was worth 1 point because it's bigger. The cream pies were worth 5 points, and the beer bottles were worth 10, and everything was doubled if you hit the comedian in the head. So it was great just watching. They brought in Ray Romano from the hit series Everybody Loves Raymond, and just pelted him with garbage and glass. And he seems to be pretty banged up. He was bleeding, and they rushed him off to the hospital. But congrats to Matthew, who defeated Eric on that one, and won 2 tickets to see Ray Romano if he's able to make it to his show tonight. He looked pretty bad. A couple bottles to the face, and that cream pie, they don't really sail that well through the air, and they were throwing them kind of like frisbees, so he really got the tin more than the whipped cream. And it's just not good. And of course, all the filth getting into those wounds and probably infecting him. So we send our best wishes to Ray Romano. Hope he's doing all right, and hope that he makes a show tonight, because those free tickets. It's going to be a great show. It's a hard to come by ticket. Ray Romano, really really funny, and we're glad to have him here, and glad that he was able to help us out. And Spencer Gifts makes contact downfield with the receiver.
Personal foul.
And he's taken down with a face mask, so that's going to bring him even closer. Going to bring him down to the 6-yard line. It's a 6-yard penalty. And Moist Adventures looking to open up this lead even more. Handing it off to Mason in the end zone. Touchdown, Moist Adventures. Marty Mason doubles the lead, 13-0, with an extra point to come. Extra point is good. It is 14-0. Moist Adventures leading House of Guffaws. And handing it off. Oh, Kirby Lake's going to keep it himself. Fakes the handoff. Gets well past the first down marker. 24 yards. A huge play for Kirby Lake. The quarterback taking it himself. Leaps over the defender. Has an open space, but probably should have cut left instead of cut right. Go to the sideline, and he might have been gone for a touchdown. Gets him down to the 45. And with 3 minutes to go, they've got plenty of time to move downfield. Handing it off, it's Hercules. Paul Roma just trucks that kid.
That's good for a gain of 10 yards.
For a 10-yard rush, just short of the first down marker. It's down to the 35. 2nd and inches. Pitch play to the backup running back. It's Stephen Lilly getting 7 yards on that one. Good decision by Kirby Lake, handing it off himself and then pitching it right when he needed to get the extra yard to move the chains. Rugby-like play there, I think. Kind of Typical stuff you see in these option playbooks. That's going to be Paul Roma again. Oh, sorry, that was Kirby Lake. No, Chance Bennett. So many running back options. 12 yards for Chance Bennett. And it looks like it's a fullback on that one. Into the end zone. It's Lilly for the touchdown. 16 yards. He lined up as a fullback. And he goes into the end zone. Great play call. Zigging and zagging, and House of Guffaws are not out of this one just yet. It is 14-7. And they're going to start the second half with the football. So if they can hold Moist Adventures to not scoring on this possession, they can look to tie it up and take the lead at the start of the second half. You can see the Moist Avengers have cooled off just a little bit. Spencer Gifts, big drop back. Dumps it off to Mason, loses 2 on that one, and Moist Adventures call their first timeout. We're under 2 minutes to go in the half. Gifts is going to run it himself, only gets 5, 3rd and 7. And that is a husky quarterback. That 12-year-old's got a lot of weight, a lot of mass, but a lot of arm strength. Not a lot of leg speed, you know, mostly thinking about jelly beans. A lot of time to throw for Spencer Gifts. Good coverage, and oh, it's dropped. He had a receiver. He bobbled it. And could not hang on to it, so it's 4th and 7. House of Guffaws. Are fortunate they can try to tie this one up. They're not going to get any sort of a return. Dion Nunez had someone all over him. Let's see, 1:22 to go in the half for House of Guffaws. Lake, a lot of time to throw. Gets to Ellis Clancy for 1 yard, 2nd and 9. They call their first timeout. 1:19 left on the clock. And Stephen Lilly gets tangled up, 4-yard catch. 3rd and 5. Clock continues to run. Lazarus breaks up that pass and forces a 4th down with 55 seconds to go. Moist Adventures called, sorry, it's an incomplete pass, so it stops the clock. So Moist Adventures are going to get the football back and a chance to extend the lead with under a minute to go. That punt, oh, it's going to, he misjudges it, gets it all the way back at the 20, is tackled at the 24. Arnold Heron mistimed that play and gave up a little bit of field position for his team. So Spencer Gifts has to go the length of the football field to put some points on the board. J.D. Holden with a 15-yard catch to get things started. Gets out of bounds, saving a timeout and stopping the clock at 41 seconds. Moist Adventures on the 39. Middle of the field, catch is made. J.D. Holden again. He gets to the first down marker. They're going to give him the first down and forward progress. But they call the timeout since it was square in the middle of the field. Here's Gifts again, dropping back. A lot of time to throw. He's going to air it out downfield. Caught at the 5 by Patrick Bradshaw for a 47-yard catch. Down at the 4, they're going to spot him, and they are going no huddle on this one. 29 seconds to go. Incomplete pass, but there's a flag.
Offside. Defense.
They got the spot off. They got the, I think they got the snap off before House of Guffaws were set, and they are offsides. And it's going to be half the distance, so it's now on the 2. Stops the clock, gives Moist Adventures. And that's going to be incomplete. They had a wide open receiver. Yeah, I noticed that. That kid definitely lined up behind the quarterback and tried to sack him. Gonna hand it off. It's Marty Mason in the end zone for a touchdown. Goes the 2 yards that he needed and gets his second touchdown of the game to put Moist Adventures up by 2 scores. Yet again with 20 seconds to go in this half. So far, we have not seen House of Guffaws show that they can consistently stop Moist Adventures on defense. And, they just cannot cope with the speed of their offense. Hercules Paul Roma goes to 12 yards to get to start the opening, the final drive. Kirby Lake, a lot of time to throw, not a lot of time left in this game. Incomplete pass.
The intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Kid with a bruised sternum, he'll probably be fine.
Loss of 4 on the play.
And that's going to bring an end to the first half. 21-7 the score. And we'd like to take a moment to talk about one of our lovely local sponsors in and about the town of South Tucson. Today we're going to tell you a little bit about Carrot Lovers Vegan Snacks. You know, whether you're looking for a moist adventure or you're just looking to find something to enjoy on a vegan diet, Carrot Lovers Vegan Snacks has what you need. They have all sorts of sausage-style substitutes because, you know, what's better than a carrot or maybe a cucumber? And they're all grown organically. They are fertilized. They are very fertile plants. And, you know, you can go in there and you can get some sort of tofu type of thing that looks like a normal food that normal humans would eat. And I'm sorry, I'm just really distracted by that logo. That's just... sorry. It's not... Back to the game. House Guffaws start things off with the football to get things going. And House Guffaws will start things off from their own 34. Stephen Lilly going backwards for a yard.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Bring up 2nd and 11.
Now, yellow 90.
3rd and 3 for House of Guffaws. Here's Lake looking to pitch it, but he is brought down for a loss of 2. Unable to get rid of that football. It's 4th and 5. Gregory Easley with another tackle. 4 already, 3 of them for a loss. He has been unstoppable for Moist Adventures. And the punt team will come out. It's a good booming punt. Picked up at the 35. Taken about 6. Did he lose the football and hang on to it? I think he did. I don't know why they told me there were 0 turnovers, but looks like that was just fine there. 41-yard line is where Moist Adventures will start things off. Already a 14-point lead. And Spencer Gift's going to start off with a 2-yard catch to Daryl Hollis. Second, going to step away for just a moment, get myself a drink of water.
Holden makes the reception. Gain of 4 on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
The previous play is under review. After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Okay, and I'm back. Very professional here in the studio. Right now we're seeing Spencer Gifts dumping it off. That Mason again, 2-yard catch, 4th and 6. And they're going to have to punt back to House of Guffaws. Dion Nunez only takes it 2 yards. Good coverage by Moist Adventures. And their defense will come back on the field with 3:14 to go in the 3rd.
That was a loss of 4 yards. That makes it 2nd and 14.
Hercules Paul Roma only goes 3, brings it back to 3rd and 11. So they are still having trouble moving the football down the field. Hurling it down the field, overthrown. Nick Madison breaking up
Receiver on the play.
the only option downfield, and it's going to be 4th and 11, so nothing doing from both teams so far in this half. The punt is a booming one,
Out of bounds with the 46-yard
and
line.
it looks like Moist Adventures will take things over from about the 40. Oh, the 45, actually. I was way off there. The Spencer Gifts going for the screen pass. Probably waited a little too long, but there's a flag on the play. Did he grab for the face mask?
Face mask.
He did. Everybody take a drink. It's a face mask penalty.
Automatic first down.
And that may have just helped out Moist Adventures in a big way. It moved him down to the 41. That's been the biggest play of the half so far, is a penalty. Short pass to Daryl Hollis. He'll scramble for 10 yards and get the first down, moving the chains for Moist Adventures. And you got to wonder if the cardio is there. You know, they just came out of the locker room having a break. They're not moving nearly as fast as they were in the first half, but still a little bit more chaotic. DeMarcus Cock,
Gain of 2 on the play.
2 yards. And Spencer Gift, that's a heck of a stat line. 21 for 27, 206 yards, 1 touchdown. Of course, the other 2 touchdowns were rushing touchdowns. And Marty Mason's going to get 3 on that one.
3 yards. 3rd down.
Again, going to that right side, really attacking that right side of the field. Maybe finding a kid who may have had some bad news in the family or something like that, may not be thinking about the game, defending. They go middle of the field, and it's 4th and 5, bringing up another incompletion. They're going to go for it. It looks a little too far for a field goal. So this is an interesting development. This could be a pivotal point in this game with 1:36 to go. Spencer Gifts open is J.D. Holden. 12-yard catch and a first down. A successful 4th down conversion for Moist Adventures, and they are now inside the red zone, down to the 14-yard line. That's going to be incomplete. Good coverage by Fuller.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
Breaking up the pass. 2nd and 10. And it's a touchdown for Holden. A 2nd touchdown throw for Spencer Gifts. But J.D. Holden has been a preferred receiver by Spencer Gifts. And he ends up getting a touchdown to add to his stat line. And gives Moist Adventures an even bigger lead. And it looks like they'll be well on their way to 2-0.
Number 10, deep to return.
Both wins coming away from home, so they have what looks like to be a stronger team this season. Nunez is going to return that one for 20 yards. And House of Guffaws has just got to find some sort of success on offense. They've just been stifled at every play. Kirby Lake.
Personal foul. Face mask.
Well, they're going to get a break on that one with the face mask on the sack. Eli Rodriguez getting a little too handsy, reaching up,
Automatic
just
first
looking to
down.
yank down that kid by the mask and possibly do some severe neck damage. So they get a first down, and Kirby Lake gets to start things off from the 50.
Call it a gain of 1 yard. That brings up
He's going to get 1 yard on that, making it 2nd and 9. Now at the 50, excuse me. And I think losing Hercules Paul Roma, I don't know if he got injured or if there's just a bit of an issue why he has not been getting the carries. Oh, just said it. There is Hercules Paul Roma back in the game, losing 3.
That brings up 3rd and 12.
And they are just getting stopped at every corner by Moist Adventures and their rush defense. Kirby Lake throwing it downfield. Is it caught? Yeah, Darren Robeson
First down.
looking to that sideline, making it out of bounds for a first down inside the 40. And House of Guffaws still showing a little bit of life. This might be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Faking the handoff. Kirby Lake going up the middle. And keep running. He's going to go all the way for 38 yards and a touchdown. House of Guffaws showing a little bit of life. Putting some points on the board with 2 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And this crowd just got a little bit more into this game. They are rallying behind their team. You can hear faintly that LOL chant. Rallying the team, those kids. Lazarus with the return for 22 yards. Moist Adventures will start with the football at the beginning of the 4th quarter. They're up by 2 touchdowns, but House of Guffaws finally showing some life. Gotta say, the promotions they have here at the stadium at this Muni, absolutely wonderful. Spencer Gifts overthrowing that one. Between the 3rd and the 4th quarter, you missed it. It wasn't on screen, but they had 3 members of the audience each tell their best joke, and the winner, of course, got 2 tickets to see Ray Romano tonight. The worst joke actually was beaten with reeds in front of the whole crowd on the little screen they had. They had a cat of nine tails that they just started just whipping the dude with. And the screams and the blood were just unbelievable, but you know, that's the promotion the House of Guffaws likes to do. That's a popular promotion. The crowd was going nuts for it. And we're seeing 4th and 4 with the punt unit coming out. Oh, bobbles it! But it's picked up. And number 20, can't see the name, saves Dion Nunez from making an embarrassing play and giving up the football. They start from the 35. And otherwise it would have been Moist Adventures with a short field. Pitch play to Lilly. He's going to get 2 yards on that. 2nd and 8. House of Guffaws need to score and do it quickly with 4:11 to go. Again, Kirby Lake unable to pitch the ball away. Barrett Brantley with the tackle for a loss. Out of the shotgun is Lake, throwing it downfield. Oh, he had a receiver, but well defended. It's 4th and 10. And that's the kind of play we want to see from House of Guffaws when they're down. I want to see him going for it. Unfortunately, they're going to have to punt it. 4th and 10. And that punt is dreadful. It only goes to their own 47, so a short field for Moist Adventures with 3:46 to go and a 2-touchdown lead. You better believe they're going to be running this football quite a bit. Spencer Gifts gets sacked wide open for a loss of 4. No one taking the handoff. And he just gets clobbered. Oh, that kid is not going to be okay. He is going to be puking blood later. He might be puking blood. There's going to be something internally there. Third and 14. That's an incomplete pass. So 3rd and 14 for Moist Adventures. And maybe House of Guffaws have been woken up. Marty Mason only getting 4 on that one. It's 4th and 10. And not a lot of time has come off the clock. So House of Guffaws have a chance with this punt. They're going to bring it down to under 3 minutes. Maybe something they should have been doing a little bit earlier in this drive. Just killing that clock and just bringing an end to this game, because you want to protect your players. You don't want a hit like Spencer Gist took to maybe take him out of the game. That punt's going to go down to the 30. Rashad Fry is just mauled and dogpiled the minute he caught it. And it's 1st and 10 from the 32. So Kirby Lake again drops back, throws it to Grant Dunlap for 9 yards. His first catch of the game, the big boy wide receiver. Here's Lake again, dropping back, throwing it up the middle of the field to Seth Fritz for 10 yards and a first down. 2:15 to go, they're over the 50. And we want to remind you that our next game coming up will feature our defending champions, the Creamy Surprise, as they travel to the Muni to face nothing but Borscht Food Truck in another battle between 1-0 teams. But it looks like Moist Adventures will go to 2-0. That's impressive. Those are 2 away wins. If the results hold, but don't tell House of Guffaws that just yet. They got a 27-yard catch made by Seth Fritz, and they are just outside of the red zone, down at the 22. And here we go. Kirby Lake taking a drop back all the way to the 30. Catch! No! Incomplete, out of bounds.
The intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Lake, a lot of time to throw. It's caught that time by Graham Dunlap. 1st and goal. He gets out of bounds. 1:48 to go. Down to the 9, and a lot of time is being wasted here by House of Guffaws. Moist Adventures. They need to get a score right now, and they're going to overthrow it into the field goal netting. 2nd and goal from the 9. Moist Adventures, the more this clock ticks down, Moist Adventures have a better chance of running out the clock, forcing House of Guffaws to use timeouts. Lake, a lot of time to throw. Incomplete. The catch was made, but the receiver again could not stay in bounds. They're going to get the touchdown to Grant Dunlap for 6 points, and the extra point coming. This may not be over just yet. House of Guffaws are going to fight to the very end. And maybe Moist Adventures are regretting the fact that they didn't kill enough clock on their last possession that ended up in a punt. House of Guffaws, all 3 timeouts. 1:33 to go in this game. Will they opt for an onside kick? I think they just might. Yes, they're setting up for the onside kick. And it is recovered. House of Guffaws have recovered it. It's bobbled, and it looks like Brenton Waters is going to recover the onside kick. House of Guffaws now have 93 seconds to tie this game up. Here's Kirby Lake.
Penalty flag thrown on the play.
Caught, and a flag on the play.
Foul. Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer. And the LOL chants are ringing out here in the Muni. Roughing the passer is going to move the football down, and boy, that is Coach Mason Moore of Moist Adventures, who is not happy. Very much arguing with the officials over that call. House of Guffaws have a lifeline here. Kirby Lake is going to take it all the way to the 30 for a first down. What a comeback we could be witnessing here. Down 28-7. House of Guffaws have closed it to a 1-score game. That is caught by Dunlap again. He gets 11 and another first down. 1:11 to go. Down to the 20-yard line. Oh, ball is loose. But Ellis Clancy able to fall on top of it. Kirby Lake got hit hard. And they recover the fumble. 2nd and 14. Under a minute to go. Lake making the catch, and another flag.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
That's on Lazarus, and that is a star player. We expect a little better off of him. That kid is going to be severely verbally abused in the locker room if he ends up allowing a score. Kirby Lake looking up the middle. Oh, takes a big hit. And it's 2nd and goal. House of Guffaws down to 1 timeout. 51 seconds on the clock. Lake looking again. Throws it. Chance Bennett, no gain. 3rd and goal. Clock continuing to run. And they are trying to set up. They're taking a lot of time off the clock. A lot of time. Oh, Lake sacked for a loss of 6.
Loss of 6 yards on the
Down to the 10.
that brings up
The
4th
clock is going to continue to run. Are they going to call a timeout? Lake is looking hurt on that play. But it looks like he's still standing in there. 18, 17 seconds. This is the game. 4th and goal. They're looking for the end zone. It's overthrown and it's a turnover. Well, Moist Adventures and their fans can breathe a heavy sigh of relief. They have just protected that lead. It took a little bit of sweating, a little bit of drippage, but they are going to do it. And they can go ahead and kneel this football and end this game. Victory formation. That will bring an end to it. It got exciting. It got tight at the end, but the moisture was too much for House of Guffaws.
That's the end of the game. The final score is
They ultimately followed up to 1-1, losing to Moist Adventures, who improved to 2-0 by a score of 28-21.
today's ball game. Please drive home safely.
Well, fans, that's it for our first game here. We'd like to thank you for joining us. My name is Brian, and the final score, Moist Adventures Indoor Water Park 28, House of Guffaws, Comedy Palace 21. Until then, we're going to say good afternoon from South Tucson.